So, following our adventures, we'll call them, in Nashira, the east side of the Cloud Passage has disappeared. Off the world map. Hey, I'm sure everything's fine.
We've eluded that.
Totally normal occurrence.
I mean, it's clouds. They gotta be a little bit dynamic, right? They could just blow away. They'll be back.
Gib, I'm going back to Elnath. I need to mobilize the Knights of Diadem as swiftly as possible. I won't let the Empire do as they please with my kingdom.
I mean, isn't that what we're doing?
We'll accompany you to Elnath, Your Majesty.
I don't see how this is in any way a deviation from what we're
We
doing.
can talk more about Quaestor Barris's proposal at the castle.
Anyway, this is some extremely Sakuraba-ass background music that we're hearing.
Have you blocked the last video out of your mind already?
I know, but I feel like I didn't really comment on it at the time. Ball pointing out. Oh, hey.
I hear you made quite the stink in Nashira. Nervy little sneak.
You're... Giacomo!
Again? Didn't you learn anything from the stomping we gave you in Mintaka? Please, step aside.
Silence! This time I will win! Prepare to die, Sagi!
God,
Yuri Lowenthal
is just fucking screaming his heart out on that one.
There is a characteristic energy to this. Also, for absolutely no reason, I'm going to go and look up who was the voice of Roche in Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Anyway, it's your boy, Giacomo. He's back, and we get to do it all again.
I'm delighted. Has literally any part of it changed? I mean, other than, the standard JRPG progression stuff.
Well, he does have these two chuckle fucks with him, so that's not great. The swordsmen are capable of... I mean, they're capable of a fair amount of damage on their own, but also Firecracker will knock you down, and, it's not a good time.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Especially in a fight like this, where Giacomo is absolutely capable of just, fucking deleting somebody if he really wants to.
Tragically, I have concluded my lookup and determined that it is not the same voice actor as Roche in Final Fantasy VII Remake, but it could have fooled me because that was a very distinctive energy that was being channeled there. I would have believed it. Oh well. So what's the overall threat profile here?
We'll say medium. Medium threat. Because, like I said, Giacomo is absolutely capable of just fucking ruining somebody's day whenever he wants. But again, he is ultimately stuck with the plight of all single-target bosses, in that he can only really ruin one person's day.
Too easy to manage. Tragic. Still, they can make you sweat. I'm trying to keep in mind that just the perspective on exactly how much trouble we get, over the course of this whole game from him. We know it's only been the one encounter, but it's always an occupational hazard whenever you get a recurring boss and somebody has to shit talk the other based on how difficult it was or wasn't, or how thoroughly one of them beat the other or didn't. You start getting into that whole gameplay narrative barrier thing. It's always fun.
So we are at least getting a good chance to show off this migraine mirror. It's not like a huge speed debuff, but it does help.
Like, what if the enemy did less things? What if the number went down? And like in a good way? What then?
Is the number allowed to go down? I didn't think that was legal.
I mean, all the numbers go down. Like, somebody's numbers is always going down. Some numbers go up and other numbers go down, and you know, really, when you think about it, one number going up is really defined by a different number going down. That's math, baby.
I'm not entirely sure how Millie got behind him for that animation, but sure, whatever.
Animations is weird. They didn't have... these things aren't that sophisticated. And video games are notorious, especially in before the modern age, when you can just port an easy language into literally any part of it. They were notorious for having weird corners cut in the name of making it able to run on the very weak computers. You don't really get good software practices when you've actually compiled the thing and you're actually running on a console. Everything's just gone out the window. Also, you know, animation just wasn't that. I mean, okay, I can't shit talk the whole of animation, because almost all of animation has, in context, actually been a miracle when compared to the present when it happened. It's just that, yeah, old video games. Take a moment to contemplate yourself turning into dust at the notion of GameCube video game being an old video game. It's okay. It happens. We've all been there. We've all contemplated about when we think about what Final Fantasy looked like 20 years ago, we think about like Final Fantasy 1, but actually we should have been thinking about Final Fantasy 10. Cogitate on that one for a minute.
Anyway, as previously mentioned, what you're seeing here is what we discussed earlier, where, yes, Giacomo is dangerous, but he can only kill one person. So, you know, sure, he killed Gilo like 3 times in 3 turns, but also, that's 3 turns that Sagi and Millie were just sitting there just getting free hits in.
Yeah. Could not stop.
Oops, we beat him again.
Curses! Why am I not strong enough to beat them?
Giacomo, hang in there.
Well, I sure hope this doesn't lead to him doing anything dangerous or immoral in the pursuit of power.
We should hurry.
That would be a shame.
He's getting away. That's okay. I'm sure he learned his lesson this time.
Yep, definitely.
Staring directly into the camera.
He's on the straight and narrow now.
Sagi, something's coming.
But something else?
King Radakan, don't budge an inch! I'll be right there! Faster, Celsica! If we let the king get away again... Oh, let's not even talk about that.
Say, sir, you don't appear to be doing any of the rowing at all in this boat.
Or indeed any of the, you know, actually going to, like, get the king.
It's Uncle Ram.
The old man's ticked off now.
Like, we're a little bit ahead of you there.
He's doing that chin stroking thing. Pop's lethal when he starts doing that.
Don't tell me these things, Gib. Sorry, but I better make my exit while I've got the chance. I'll see you at Elnath, Soggy.
I cannot stress enough
Someone's
that
in a royal rush.
we're
Well, I think
we're
I'll be heading
all
back to
doing the
Hideout.
same thing. There's the what's with the exit? What is
Maybe we'll meet again.
what is the plan?
Farewell for
What does
now.
anyone think is happening here?
Well, you know, we're gonna ignore the whole Empire problem for the moment to focus on the fact that apparently Rambari is so scary that they would rather run back to the castle on their own ahead of him than have to speak to him in this moment.
Well, there's no need to get worked up. Just go back to Elnath and you can see him. He said he'd go straight there.
Yeah, maybe I should have had more faith in the king. He's clearly quite capable.
I'm worked up for a reason. It's just like you said, Sagi. Vale Heights men have started something at the cloud vents.
There too? Nashira's under Empire occupation as well. We just got back from the village.
What? Ashira? Imperial hounds! I'll teach them to belittle the Knights of Diadem! Sagi, I must hurry back to Elnath. Please join me as soon as you can.
I've kind of completely lost perspective on what things are happening here and who cares about what and why and what anyone's priorities are.
In that boat of yours?
Or like why we keep on splitting up.
I'm sorry, youngins. It's considered bad luck to allow anyone other than knights on the boats. You'll have to walk back.
God damn these local legends.
Can't let an outsider look at the catch. Can't let the king look at the catch. Can't let someone who's not a knight on the boat. What can we do here, Rambari? Please tell us.
Oh, really? I think Ladakon and Gabari are the bigger handful by far. Little rascals.
I don't know.
Prancer wouldn't act that wild if you gave it an open feed bag.
I think this continent is done for. I think we should just leave.
We're just gonna call back to Quaestor Varys and be like, look, so
Didn't work out.
it's my expert opinion as your emissary that this diadem is a lost cause. I'm sorry, boss.
This situation is unsalvageable. Don't worry, we'll get the others.
You're the king of all Diadem! You have to start acting that way, sire.
I know, Uncle Ram. I am thinking like a king. In my own way.
I mean, he came up with one hell of a plan based on the fact that we had to take out exactly a set number of people.
Anxiety by running around wild. And what would you have your people do should your life be taken? Gabari, you're just as much to blame. A knight's duty is to protect his king, not goad him into taking unnecessary risks.
Don't go blaming Gib. It's not his fault. I wanted to go.
I'm not done yet. You're in your 12th year, sire. You know the saying.
Oh god, not another one.
Yeah, so skip it. Didn't you say there were Imperial soldiers in the cloud vents? If we don't hurry...
King Ladakon, Sagi, emissary of the Empire, is here to see you, sire.
Soggy, I'm glad you came. Thanks for your help back in Ashira.
Oh, it was no trouble. So Bale Heights Machina Vanguard is here.
Yes, they've moved in on the cloud vents. The
I mean,
source
point
of all the
of
clouds
order,
that
what
blanket
what
Diadem.
help? We didn't really do anything, we just showed
Come on,
up.
what are we waiting for?
I guess
If they
we
take
did tell
control
him
of
how
the
many
vents,
guys
the
there
diadem
were.
is finished.
He's
I
right.
mean, we also
We must
fought
go to the
Giacomo. I guess that's
I'm
helping.
sorry, but we'll have to discuss the Quaestor's proposal later.
Wait, Your Majesty. If someone has to go, let it be us.
Relax. The Knights of Diadem are unbeatable.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to doubt the knight's strength, but Baelheit has weaponry you can't even imagine. Besides, I want to talk to them first. Maybe they can be convinced to stop pro-machination.
Yes, negotiation with Baelheit. That is clearly something that's been a smashing
Alright,
success for
I'll give you
us
a head
in the
start.
past.
Yep,
But
we
that's
are
all.
good at pattern
I
recognition.
won't sit by and watch while they tear apart Diadem. We'll be going in after you. Fair?
Fair.
See, and who said he wasn't thinking like a king? You're clearly disposable, you're gonna try the nice way, and we're going to follow up with the goddamn cannons. You know, figuratively speaking. I can respect it.